Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to me practicing again. Part two of me practicing how to type people. If you haven't watched the first part, again, this is a system that I'm using from C.S. Joseph. He studies and covers Jungian typology, and I am just using his system to practice typing. And I'm just trying to get better at it, and I'm documenting my failures and successes with that. So there are people who he's typed and what I'm going to do is I'm going to type the same people and then I'm going to check to see what he got. And I'm going to check, um, I'm going to cross reference that with what I got. And then I'll see if I'm right or not. And then hopefully, as I keep practicing, I'll keep improving more and more. So today we're going to type Gaz Oakley. So let's pick a good interview. I think the first one's good.
I could have done. It's great to be free recipes.
Actually, the first one is not good. This Q&A.
This is the story of how we met Gaz Oakley.
Thank you. How are you enjoying Toronto?
Loving it.
Yeah?
It's a little cold, but it's not putting me off because I'm used to cold weather from the UK. But it seems lovely. This little vegan area we're in now is really cool. So
Yeah.
Just initiate a new topic. Talking about how you like to do.
We're hoping you can give us some tips on how we can, do better this time and not fail as much.
okay, cooking's all about love and care and time, taking time to do recipes. And I know what it's like when you're filming and you're making a video and you're trying to do 3 recipes at once and talk about it. So often maybe you won't fully focus on the recipe, and it's really important to, when you make food, like even I can make a bad meal if I'm just rushing around. I'm not putting care and effort and love into
Saying what he could or could not do, that's indicative of fire.
food. Just maybe, why not, when you next do a review, maybe just focus on one recipe. That could...
Talking about what they should focus on, that's water.
And if you really take your time and put love into it, maybe it'll be more of a success.
We were being pretty ambitious. Yeah.
Talking about putting love into it, I think that's sword and mace.
3 recipes in one video. I can't, I do that sometimes when I do like my meal preps, and it's stressful.
Oh yeah, it's hectic.
Stressful. Yeah.
The kitchen's a mess.
But the thing is, I'm making my own recipe, so I know what I'm. It's in
You just interrupted there.
my head, but you're making someone else's. They are mine, but when you're not familiar with the recipes, it'll be tough to do 3 in one and talk about it, and potentially with equipment that you may not have the right stuff. Just take your time and do one at a time, I reckon.
Yeah. Okay.
But thank you so much for wanting to do this.
No, thank you.
I forgive you for the last.
Thank you so much for wanting to do this. It's water.
Goodness.
I'm joking, guys. I'm joking.
Oh man.
You handle this?
Do we want to do last rapid fire type stuff?
Excellent. I'm gonna have one of these before.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna put this over here so don't get food on it.
Okay, so the one must-have kitchen tool that everybody should have, especially if they're vegan.
Okay, and especially if you're making my recipes as well. I noticed you didn't have it in your video. A really good blender. Okay.
Oh, we do have one of them.
Oh, you do now, yeah? Oh, okay. Oh, Vitamix isn't too bad. Yeah. Oh, maybe did you? Or
What
you did
recipe
use
we
it?
use Oh yeah,
The
we
cheese.
used it for the cheese.
Yeah, sorry,
we
you did. But I a really powerful blender. The one I use for
Forgot what they did. It's more a tectonic memory, so I'm gonna put down a point for wind.
all of my recipes, the Ninja blender.
I have that one.
Yeah, it's never failed me. I really like it, and I work with them closely as well. So I'm trying to develop some new stuff with them.
Yeah.
Hopefully that.
Talking about what he's doing with someone else. Not gonna point down for anything, actually.
That'd be a dream if I could do that, but I really recommend them.
Okay. Favorite ingredient to cook with?
Favorite ingredient to cook with? do? Good question. Oh God,
What
is
would
so
yours be
tough.
though?
I love cooking.
That's a tough question. I really just, if I got chickpeas in my cupboard, a jar of chickpeas. I know, like in an ideal world, I'd be cooking my own chickpeas fresh. And when I get my own place, and I
I
got
think he's informative. He does just answer the question directly.
a lovely kitchen in there, I do making my own chickpeas all the time. But a jar of chickpeas or a can of chickpeas. If I got them, I know I can make a hearty meal because I can make a quick chickpea curry. I can make some falafel. I can make some
Talking about what he can do.
hummus. I can make a nice salad with them. I can make some spicy chickpeas. I can make anything with them. So chickpeas, I know, I've got a bit of protein there.
If you got a photo with you, like I don't want to like.
That's fine.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Let's check a different interview out. What about this?
Hello and welcome. Secrets are those gems.
Yeah, I think
Perfect.
that even if you're vegan or not, I hope you'll find some inspiring bits of my story.
Wait, let me get the
because-
context.
And just inspire people to do what they want to do, I guess, in a way. And I think for me, as someone who has been a presenter and who does, but I wanted to talk about like somebody
Yeah, I think that even if you're vegan,
who has this kind of huge following and what those secrets are. To being somebody who's published books, who has this kind of huge following and what those secrets are, those gems.
yeah, I think that even if you're vegan or not, I hope you'll find some inspiring bits of my story because I wasn't vegan all my life. So, and there's been a series of events that got me to this point, and I'm sure you can apply what I've done to any walk of life or any
He seems responsive, actually.
passion that you have.
Yeah. So we
You can
What do you
apply
say?
what I've done to any walk of life or
Yeah.
any passion that you have.
Talking about other
so
people's passions, earth and water.
we can hear from
And he
accent
talked about like what he
opinions.
did.
I am. Is
Yeah.
it that strong still?
It's still
I
still
thought I
there.
lost it. I'm from Cardiff, so it's not the strongest accent anyway.
Yeah.
I'm very proud to be Welsh, but I moved to London recently. I'm traveling all around the world,
Yeah.
so I think it's getting a bit tamer now.
Is it? Do you
It's a
think
shame.
you've lost it, the accent a little bit? You can just turn it up. If you go
Yeah.
back home to Cardiff and you're around like people from
I can
Cardiff.
go proper Tom Jones if you want
Yeah,
me
can I
to.
just have a little listen?
Oh gosh.
What can you say? Are
Um,
you going to start singing like Tom Jones or we don't
Do this if you want me to. It's water.
get that?
no, that's only Saturday night in the
Pushing
shower.
it too far.
I'll go into a bit of Welsh in a
Okay,
bit.
well,
yeah, maybe.
just switch into it when we're having a
Maybe.
conversation.
We'll see.
So let's talk about like how I guess like your journey into being a chef, like into veganism. What were you doing? How did it happen? Like, what was your kind of childhood like? Did you ever think you'd be here doing what you're doing?
No, never thought I'd be here being interviewed by you, which is
There you go. Look
great.
at that.
Yeah, there you go. One for the bucket list
Yeah.
then.
Thanks.
So yeah, I started cooking when I was about 8 years old.
Oh, there's a story. Informative.
Just thought every child did it with their parents. Like my dad was a great cook, so I cooked with him. And I don't know why I did. I just thought, oh, he's using a knife. There's some fire going on here. It's quite fun. Let me get involved. And I was quite artistic, so plating up and things like that. Presentation was fun. I found it really fun. But back then, I wanted to just be a professional rugby player or football.
Presentation is fun. It's wind. And he's talking about what he wanted to do. Another point.
I was doing so much sport. Sport is all I cared about. But then when everyone got like a lot bigger than me in high school and I stayed the same height, my dreams of playing professional rugby just went out the window, which is
When this happened to everyone else, my dreams were affected. That's fire and wind.
a shame. Still heartbroken about that to this day.
Really?
So I still did sport. I did boxing, football, rugby a little bit. But I had to start thinking about what I was going to do as a career. And I chose to do catering in school, cooking class basically. I was one of 6 in the year to do catering. And it was the only subject out of all the subjects that I actually excelled in. And the teacher loved me. So it was great.
Teacher loved me. That's Effie or Mace.
For a change. And I realised then that I was actually really good at this from what my dad taught me and all the cooking changes you.
Oh, really?
I think I'm a firm believer. If your kitchen is running efficiently, you won't hear shouting. It'll be a smooth, like almost like a symphony. Everyone will be working well together. But if there's something going wrong, you're gonna hear shouting.
That's systematic. Talking about how it works.
And you're gonna hear bangs. You're gonna hear crashes. It's a high pressure environment. So you don't have to be an angry chef.
No.
Gordon Ramsay may have turned that on a little bit for the cameras, I'm sure, but it is so stressful. Like one of the head chefs I worked for, when I did something wrong, all he had to do was just give me this look of.
He keeps talking about what he's experienced, so what he's doing.
Death almost. He didn't have to shout. He just had to look at me with
Death
this stare, and I'd want the earth to swallow me up. It was so scary. But I went 16 as soon as I could leave school. I left, and that was where my professional cooking journey really started.
Had a story. I think he's responding control.
Yeah.
Working in some of the best restaurants in Cardiff.
Wow.
As I said, the pressure was intense. Got some stories for you. I learned how to swear in like the first week of cooking.
You learned how to swear?
Got some stories for you. Said every informative person ever.
Not sworn before, or just not like in every other word is a swear word?
Different languages.
Yeah. He also initiated there about him swearing.
You're working with chefs from all over the place with different languages. Some of the worst words you'll hear, but I was in it.
So you know all of those words still now, if you ever needed them?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Call upon them now and then.
Okay, good.
Someone sends me a rude YouTube comment.
Yeah. just say it out loud to yourself. Just don't reply. Don't reply. So you worked in those. You're working in some of the best restaurants in Cardiff. Then what happens?
So I did it for 4-5 years. It was tough. It was really, really tough at such a young age. I wasn't sleeping properly because you're working from 8:30 till 11:30 at night.
He hasn't said anything abstract yet. I'm gonna put a point down for concrete. Oopsies.
On the weekends, 6 days a week. I didn't know how to take care of myself at that age when I was quite young, so I wasn't eating properly. Even though you're surrounded by food, you don't eat it because you're tasting constantly, but you're not eating full meals, and you lose your appetite because you're constantly tasting in small quantities. I wasn't exercising, obviously, so didn't have any time. Wasn't going out with friends, so they were all going to uni, going on dates with girls, and I was in the kitchen with these old men, sweating my off.
You can say so.
I know what other people are doing. All right, I think I'm gonna, because he's jumping around here. He's doing a lot of cognitive transitioning. But he's definitely informative for sure.
It's fine, it's alright, don't worry about it.
I have to worry about getting demonetized on my channel.
It's fine, don't worry about it.
See if they talk about something else.
Where you just like, you wake up or like something's kind of affecting you personally and you just feel a bit crap. So how do you manage with those times to make sure that you still stay consistent and get your work done?
Yeah, it's been some really lows on this journey. So, but I think having a good team around you's helped me a lot. Got a great assistant, Tom. My family are amazing.
Talking about other people having a great team that's affiliative.
And I don't know, I do have some bad days, but something that really helps me just going to the gym, doing exercise, clear my head. That's the main thing. If I don't exercise, I'm struggling. So I go to gym more or less every day or do some running. That helps me. Eating healthy, which I generally do anyway because I'm eating a vegan diet. It's great for your mind and keeping you motivated. And if I'm having a tough time, I'll do a bit of traveling or I'll take a tiny bit of time off.
Yeah. So you do give yourself that space.
I
if
try
you need
to.
it, you
Talking about what he's doing.
recognise it and you're like, right, okay.
And plus, when you're so busy, you have nothing else to think about. You just have to concentrate on what I'm so busy that sometimes I don't. It's not a good thing, but I don't let anything bother me because I'm just focused on what I've got to do. And it's my passion. Every day is great. Every day is different. Today coming here is so fun. This is amazing. I'm about to do my mixtape after in the studio.
Exactly. Yeah.
Talking about what he's gonna do. Talking about his passions. Also, he's super concrete.
Drop a few bars.
It's fun. As long as you're doing something that's fun, you shouldn't have a bad day.
Yeah, but I think it's interesting because you mentioned again there, like you said it, you're in kitchens in different Michelin-star restaurants in London, and he just said it is kind of like torture. It's just horrible, and it's the way you talk about it as well. When you didn't want to leave because you feel like you're leaving a family, it's almost like kind of like being indoctrinated into
Formative, responding, control. I think that's his interaction style. I think he's behind the scenes.
like a club, like whether it's like the police or it's the army or it's something like that, and you feel like you can't even tell the truth because if you do, people are going to turn on you. That's hard for a grown-up to deal with, let alone when you're like 15, 16 years old. So
it's all about consistency in restaurants. So if you're changing teams constantly, changing shifts, then the consistency's likely to go up and down.
If you do this, then this happens. It's sword and mace.
That's why you have to work long hours. Now, it's a dream of mine to have my restaurant. I'm sure I'll be going back to doing a similar amount of hours. I do a long amount of hours now, but the stress
Talking about his dreams were, that's fire and wind.
isn't the same.
Yeah.
So when I'm at my restaurant, I'll make sure that my staff in the kitchens are looked after well.
Yeah.
And not put through that. And
just because you know you've had that experience, I guess.
And you're gonna get a happier team, which is gonna result in happier customers.
Yeah.
Happier team, happier customers. It's sword and mace. Oh yeah, I don't think he's spear and bow. Definitely sword and mace. Ah man.
Yeah.
And I think a better turnover of work.
Definitely.
How did that affect you mentally though? Because I think it's like I know, especially obviously you're a man, and I think that,
you know, since handing my notice in, for example, it's been such a turbulent thing. Having your own business is tough, and you, like, when I had no money for so long. And
Keeps talking about his experiences though. I mean, you'd think they'd change his conversation somewhat, and he would talk about something else, but
I was
he
still
still
trying to
keeps
put
talking
that
about
quality
himself.
content constantly. And then my dad got ill, and then issues.
Yeah, he's so concrete, dude. He's definitely concrete. Don't think he's abstract. Haven't heard a single abstract statement. He's concrete. Definitely formative. I would say he's ISFJ or ISFP.
My ex-girlfriend, and then you'd see negative comments on social media. Like, it's a lot to take in, but as I said,
But if he's definitely sword and mace, then he has to be an ISFJ. So that's what I'm gonna go with. Let's see what CS Joseph got. Alright, so he was actually an INFJ. So I was off by one letter. It is harder to type your own quadra. I mean, I did have a lot of fire and wind statements, so I guess I should have gone with that. But if I did do that, then I would have gone Templar, and I would have picked direct. Then I would have done direct responding movement. Damn. I definitely thought he was informative, but I guess not. Yeah, I knew he was responding, and I knew he was sword and mace. It's actually an I. That was close, but not close enough. Not yet. So, thank you guys for watching. Again, this is not my system. It's CS Joseph's system. I'm gonna have a link to his channel and his website down below. You guys should check him out. If you want to learn more about typology or maybe find out about your own type. And thank you for watching. I'll probably come out with another part tomorrow. Probably type someone else. I'm gonna try to do this every day, get better and better. So, see you guys later. Thank you.